How's it going, guys? We're here talking some Penn State football today. I was just thinking about how likely is Indiana to take over Penn State as a threat in the Big Ten? Obviously, Ohio State's number one on that pecking order, and then after that, I think most people would say Penn State or Wisconsin are number two, and Northwestern's in there, but they're kind of inconsistent. Um, so just one of those things where Indiana's starting to put themselves in that conversation of who's the biggest threat other than Ohio State in the Big Ten. Now, obviously, Indiana's, as far as Power Five programs go, are considered one of the worst prestige wise. Obviously, this past couple years, though, they've made themselves relevant in the national discussion. They went 8-5 in 2019, and then they had a kind of a breakout year last year where they barely lost to Ohio State in Ohio. So, it's just one of those things where you really can see Indiana improving now. How well can they keep this up is the big question. Okay, because Indiana, it's hard to win for a long period of time in Indiana. We'll see how Tom Allen does in the future. Personally, I don't think Indiana is that much of a future threat. I don't see them holding this for very long. But we'll see. Maybe they can become somebody for the next 10, 15 years, a real juggernaut who wins goes to a bowl game every year, which would be a big deal for Indiana, and possibly contends for Big Ten titles. We'll see. Um, I think that Penn State will beat Indiana this year as long as Penn State doesn't do what they did last year, which is screw things up. I thought they had the talent advantage last year. They should have taken care of business if Devin Ford just takes a knee instead of runs in for a touchdown, and Penn State would have won. But they didn't do that. They screwed up mentally, and that's what cost them the game. Hopefully, they clean up a lot of the mental errors. I still feel like they have a talent advantage. And if they go out and do what they're supposed to do, I think they will beat Indiana this year. I think it'll be a good game. Probably about a 50-50 game, but I still think Penn State's a better team. And when you definitely look at the future, I think Penn State is built better for the future than Indiana is, even though Indiana looks good. And for Penn State, the biggest obstacle right now is Ohio State, without a doubt, and Indiana's kind of throwing themselves into that fire to see into that kind of like second tier team that Michigan and Penn State have kind of been competing for a while now. It's Indiana's entering that, so hopefully we can fend off Indiana, kind of like we've been fending off Michigan the last couple of years, and establish ourselves as a key threat to Ohio State and potentially make ourselves equal with Ohio State someday. That'd be great. All right, thank you guys. We are Penn State.